What's going on, guys? Balkan Architecture, and in today's tutorial I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, and I think it's going to be really fun. So I decided to try to model my own apartment in Revit, and this is a really cool idea, and I think it's really cool exercise that you can do and follow along. Well, not my apartment, try to model your own apartment, and then maybe you can share images or tag me on Instagram or Facebook. That would be really cool. So anyways, I thought it would be cool to share just how I model my apartment and just the whole workflow and how the whole thing goes. And I thought it would be a fun video. And if you would like me to do something like an apartment tour or something like that, because it's kind of, well, architecture related, just tell me in the comment section below. That can also be a fun topic for a tutorial. Anyways, before I get started, I would just like to ask you to like this tutorial. It helps me out a lot, and make sure to subscribe if you want more, well, Revit tutorials. I make Revit tutorials each week, multiple tutorials, and I also do one advanced Balkan Architect course. Now this week I'm doing just a series on structural steel fabrications in Revit. It's really cool, it's really interesting. And if you want to check that out, first link in the description takes you to my Patreon. There you can find over 40 hours of content on advanced topics. And also for this tutorial, I've got some special families that I especially got for the kitchen, so just follow along and check that out. They will be available to get downloaded, and I'll be leaving some links to that as well. Okay, without any further ado, let's get into the tutorial.
As you can see here, I'm at just the start page of Revit, and I'm just going to be starting a new project by going here to Models, going to New, and then going here and using an architectural template. It's my apartment, I'm just doing an architectural project. Anyways, so here we go. Here we have just level 1, and before I draw any lines, I'm just going to be setting up the units. You can set those up here on Manage and then go to Project Units. Alternatively, you can use the shortcut UN. Now here I'm just going to switch the format or the units to centimeters. Click OK again, and there we go. And also I'm going to go here to one of the elevations, in this case the south elevation, and I'm just going to change the height of this level to 300 centimeters, just because I think the level height for this building is 300 centimeters, so let's just use that. Next, I'm just going to go here into level 1, and now we're going to start playing around. I'm going to go here to the Architecture tab, and then I'm going to start the wall command. The WA is the shortcut, and the first wall I'm going to be using is the generic 300mm type, just for the exterior walls. And then let me do a simple rectangle, just like this, maybe a bit smaller. It is quite a small apartment. And then I'm just going to place it like this in the center. Okay, once we have this, I'm going to go back to wall and then do an additional segment over here. The bathroom is kind of off to the side, and then just by going to modify and using trim and extend, I'm going to trim and extend this to corner just like that. Okay, once I have this in place, I'm going to go back to architecture, back to wall, and for the next wall type, I'm going to go with the generic 150mm, and then I'm going to draw out a little walk-in closet over here. This is the pretty much the complete storage space that I have in the apartment, and then I'm going to use the same wall to sketch out the part for the kitchen here. Then it goes like this, and then here it's attached to this wall as part of the bathroom. Now I'm just going to align it on the interior side as it is here, so I'm just going to go with the align tool and then just align these two, and I'm actually going to be locking those in place. Maybe move this out a little bit, yeah, just like that. Okay, once we have this, I'm going to go back to architecture, back to wall, and then do the wall for the little bedroom. Now this was a studio apartment by design, and then it was converted into a one-bedroom, a very tiny one-bedroom apartment. Next, I'm going to use the align tool over here just to align this edge with this. So basically here we have the entrance, the walk-in closet, the little bedroom, the main living area, the kitchen, and the bathroom. Now once I have all of this in place, now it's time to start playing around with the dimensions. So I have some dimensions, and I'm just going to start inputting those in. So first I'm just going to select this wall, and then for all of the dimensions I move the witness lines by selecting this here dot, and then I use the tab key to move it to the interior side of the wall. Same thing here, and then this will be 150. Next, do the same thing on this side. This will be 185. There we go. Now let's go ahead on this side, do this wall. Now I'm just going to go up to here, from here to here. This should be 365. There we go. It's really small. Anyways, let's go ahead here for this one. I'm just going to move this in a little bit, move this in here, and this will be 90 centimeters. Yeah, just a small little entrance into the bathroom. Next, we have this dimension over here, from here to here. So this should be, let's see, so this distance should be 296. Let's hit enter there. Next, we have, let's see, what else can we dimension? Maybe this height over here. Let's just move this to here, this to here, and this should be 160. There we go, just like that. Maybe pull this off to the inside a little bit, pull this off in as well. And then also I'm just going to use the align tool to align this to this and then lock that in place. And then the distance from this wall to this wall should be 54. So let's go like this and let's do 54 there. There we go. Looks better. Now for this distance, let's see, the whole bathroom, the interior side. Oops, this happens sometimes. So the whole interior side of the bathroom should be 170, or actually 171. Let's not lose centimeters. This is very small. Let's not make it smaller. This, I'm just going to pull this in here, pull this in here, and this should be 220. And I think I've got all the dimensions right, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this seems to look all okay. Next, let's start placing some doors. So I'm just going to go back to architecture, go here into the door command, and then let's do the full big door here. I'm just going to flip it to the other side, just like that. There we go. This is what it looks like. Next, for this here walk-in closet, I have a large sliding door. For that, I have saved a family on my desktop. So I'm just going to go here to insert, load families, and then I'm just going to head over to desktop. Here we have some families. Here we have the rest, and this is the one. Let's open that up, and then let's go to architecture, to component. Oops, not component, to door. And let's place that door here, and it looks something like this. There we go. So this is that sliding door for the walk-in closet, and there's a mirror over here. It looks really nice. Next, let's do the small bathroom door. So just the smallest type here for the bathroom. And for the bedroom, actually this smallest door type doesn't work just because the bedroom is so tiny and we have to fit a bed in here. The door has to be a really small. So I'm just going to go here into edit type, duplicate this, and let's call it my small door. Click OK. And then here for the width, I'm just going to change this to 50 centimeters. Yeah, don't ask me. It's just a very tiny door, but now we can fit a bed in here. So for that, let's go to component, load family, and I'm just going to go with the metric library, US metric. And then let's go into furniture, beds, and this is the bed that I'm going to be using. And let's place it here. There we go. Looks perfect. And the next, let's see, let's add a sofa over here. So I'm just going to go to component, load family, let's go to desktop and to our folders, and here in rest I've got this sofa. Now this will be available on my Patreon, all of these families, so if you want to check those out, you can find those there, first link in the description. I'm just going to align this here to this wall and to this wall as well. So here we have a little sofa for the living room. Next here I have a standing desk, so let's go back to US metric, furniture systems, standing desks, and just a rectangular standing desk, and it's a 1200 by 600 millimeter. And there we go, let's place it here, that's where it sits. And then also we have a TV over here on the wall, so I'm just going to go here to component, load and place, and then let's go back, and where's my TV? Okay, here the TV is on Furniture, yeah, and here we have a flat screen TV. Let's open that up and place it over here. Now the problem with this TV, it has that little stand on the bottom. If we go into 3D, let's lower these walls, so you can select all walls and then just change the top constraint from unconnected to level 2. There we go. And then let's select this here, TV, go into edit family, and I'm just going to get rid of the stand, so just like that. Hit delete, load into project and close, and I'm not going to save changes just because that's from the original Revit library, so I don't want to mess that up. Now select the TV and then let's add the elevation from level at 80 centimeters. Yeah, that's about how it looks. There we go. Now for the kitchen, I'm going to be using these really cool families that I've got from this Maro guy. He makes these cool parametric kitchen elements, and they are really useful to use in projects. Now I'm going to be linking those up in the description. He actually makes those and sells those, and he has a fairly lengthy YouTube video in which he explains how all of these families work. So here I have a project that he had sent me, so he just gave me a permission to use these in one of my videos. So if you're interested in getting some of these families, check that out. I'm going to be leaving those links in the description. Now here I have separated some of the families that I want to use for this particular project, and as you can see, I've grouped those up, so just the GP to group families. And so I'm just going to type in Control-C to copy, go back to my project and just go Control-V to paste, click OK, and then let's give Revit a second. And there we go. So if I just place it here, there we go, we have those families. And now I can close this project off. Now I'm just going to select these and then hit ungroup, just because I want them ungrouped now. And now let's go back into level 1. I'm just going to select all of these bottom cabinets, go with the move tool and just grab here and then move them over here. There we go. As you can see, they are fitting perfectly. Then we have these top cabinets, and I'm just going to move those in place as well. Now these top cabinets are a bit shorter just because there's a beam going over here overhead, so they have to be a bit shorter. Then we have this large cabinet that's sort of a refrigerator, so I'm just going to place that here in the corner where it stands. And then we have this sink that I'm just going to move it in over here, rotate it around, and I'm just going to adjust it to size. So just move these sides in a little bit, just because I have a bit of a smaller sink. So I'm just going to move these in just a little bit. There we go. Okay, it looks perfect. Now I can just place that where my actual sink is, and that's kind of around here. Let's go into 3D just to double check what that looks like. Now when you're placing sinks like this, and this has to be a bit lower, I think 89 will work. There we go. We have to cut down these cabinets, so just go here with cut on the modify tab, cut geometry, and then you select the cabinet, you select the element. There we go. Same thing here, and then do the same thing for the bottom cabinets. Oh, they don't cut, then it's even better. Anyways, so we have this now kitchen almost complete. Now here, these are the cool stools that I also got from that project, so I'm just going to move those here in place, just like that. Okay, and then there's a little bar over here. Now I'm going to model that in place, so just go here to component, then model in place, and then I'm just going to name it, I don't know, furniture. Okay, and then it's just a simple extrusion. I'm going to set the work plane to the top of this plane here, this cabinet, and then it goes kind of from here to here, and then it goes like this. And I know I've modeled this right just because the door hits it every time I've opened it, so there we go. Anyways, here, let's move this here. That's 72. I can leave it at that. Hit finish. Lower this down to 5 centimeters. Let's go into 3D just to double check. Hit finish, and there we go. There's my little kitchen, and it's looks exactly like it does in real life thanks to these cabinets. So again, as I said, you can get these families on his Turbo Squad page, or you can check out the extensive YouTube tutorial where he explains how to use these extremely parametric families. If I select it here, you can see you can set up all of the materials, you can set up all of the dimensions. There are so many parameters for each of these elements, so that is really useful. Anyways, if you want to check it out, I left links in the description. But anyways, let's get back to the project. For the bathroom, I'm just going to go here back into level 1, and now here let's go to architecture, let's go to component, load family. Here I'm going to go back a couple of folders, or actually let's go to US metric. I'm going to go to plumbing, architectural, fixtures, and then let's do water closets. Let's do a 3D domestic water closet here. Next, I need a shower next to that, so let's go to component, load family, go back, showers. Here we have this 2D shower, that's okay. Place it here. Next, load family, go back one folder, let's go to sinks. And here I'm just going to go with the 2D rectangular sink, open that up, and place it there. Now the sink is a bit larger than mine, so I'm just going to go into edit type, and then I'm just going to make this smaller. There we go, hit apply, okay, there we go. Now we have this smaller sink, so it's kind of over here. And there we go. Now we just need some windows. So for windows, I'm just going to go here to just go with wall, and then storefront, curtain wall. Now for the unconnected height, I'm going to go with 220 centimeters. And here I'm just going to give it a base offset of 40 centimeters. So we have like 3 adjacent windows over here. Let's just flip this around, and then here I have just one window segment like that. Now here I'm just going to unpin this, move it to the side, and then just add one more of these separations. There we go, looks perfect. Let's go into 3D, and this is what that looks like. So there we go, this is what my apartment looks like, and this is it modeled in 3D. Okay, so this was really fun. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope you have learned something new about the whole process of modeling. And yeah, so if you're interested in more tutorials like this, make sure to subscribe. If you want to download this project file, check out my Patreon, first link in the description. You can get access to all of my project file or some of my advanced courses. If you want some more serious projects, some more advanced Revit topics, I've got those there. I've got over 40 hours of content of some of more advanced Revit topics in a long form. In a long form. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this quick it's a bit longer tutorial. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in a couple of days with a new Balkan Architect Revit tutorial. Have a nice day.